everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Meredith E Phillips, and we have a long weekend on our hands. It is Memorial Day weekend here in the States, so we have Monday off for the holiday, and then I also took off Tuesday because I've got some stuff going on in the morning, some stuff going on in the afternoon, and I was like, let me just give myself a 4-day weekend. So if you are new around here, or if you need to maybe catch up on previous vlogs, let me just give you a little recap. I am currently in the middle of working on 2 different projects. I have just gotten the past pages for A Rogue's Guide to Winning a Wife, my debut novel that is out next year. Past pages are the very last step of the editing process, thank God. I have to read the book one more time, and it's literally just looking for typos, essentially. Any little teeny fixes that I want to make. I think the most glaring, obvious typo that I've found thus far was a sentence where I had written, he cleaned his throat instead of he cleared his throat. So I had an N instead of an R. So I fixed that. As previously stated, though, I have read this book 10,000 times. There are 2 other proofreaders, professional proofreaders, who are also reading through the past pages and I assume making corrections when they find them. I'm very proud of this book, and I hope that when you read it, you will not find a single typo. But I'm sure there will be typos in the book, and you are not to tell me about them. You're not to tell me about them. Don't you dare. Don't you dare email me or DM me or tell me that you found something or hint that you found something. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. You just keep that to yourself. So that's project number 1. I'm working through that very methodically. I'm doing 20 pages a day. It is due on June 9th, which is still a couple weeks away. So I feel very confident, like I'll get it done. It's not a problem, but it requires a lot of concentration and like going very slow through the pages to make sure you don't miss anything, or at least, do your best not to miss anything. So I'm doing that, and then I'm also working on draft 2 of book 2. I finished the first draft, I went through it, made some notes to myself about what to change, and now I'm making the changes. So at the end of the last vlog, I was already a day behind on my little revision schedule I'd made for myself, and I fully intend to catch up to where I'm supposed to be. If I'm a little behind, it's not that big a deal, but I'd like to catch up to where I'm supposed to be. If I can get ahead of where I'm supposed to be this weekend, that would be even better. But I did finish editing through chapter 2 last night, so I'm on chapter 3. I haven't looked at it at all today, but I'm on chapter 3. We'll get to that a little later. For now, though, it is about 8:30 in the morning. I am about to head up to my writer friend's house. We're having a little breakfast get together, so it'll be nice. I haven't seen them in like a couple months, so it'll be nice to see all them, hang out, chat for a little while, and then I'll head home and we'll get to work. Let's go to my friend's house and hang out for a little bit. All right, and we're back here again. So I had a nice time. It was good seeing everyone. I think we had like basically the entire group. I don't know the last time all of us were back together, so that was really fun hanging out with everyone. We'd gotten started on a D&D game. I've played D&D like once before. It's fun, but I also am like, what do I do? What do I do with this? So anyway, it was fun though, and I had to leave early. They were still playing, but it's already now 12:15, and I have quite a bit of work to do. So we can take a look at my extremely sad little checklist over here. I'm supposed to be through chapter 4 today, I think. I kind of messed up the number. I don't know what I was doing with the dates here. But anyway, I'd like to get through definitely at least chapter 3. That should be very doable. If I can at least start chapter 4, that would be kind of good. I'll just crank through as much as we can today. I do have to go to the grocery store later today at some point, but it's supposed to be like torrential downpours. When is that supposed to start? They were like, flood watch in effect through Monday night. And I'm like, where? It's like rain all day. Chance of rain, a bajillion% chance of rain. And it's like sunny outside right now. So who knows what it's actually going to do. I'll go to the grocery store later though. Anyway, I haven't even done my list yet. Okay, let's just focus on one thing at a time. We're gonna start chapter 3. I need to get my headphones on. I need to get the Price is Right pulled up. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go back to the previous vlog. I explain it there, but the Price is Right is really seeing us through everything I'm doing at the moment. So let's go ahead and get started. What is chapter 3 even supposed to be? Oh, chapter 3 is like a devastating one. We love it. The hero has a goal, and he thinks he's basically, like, he's gonna go get it. The goal is, like, ready. He's just gonna go, like, claim it, essentially. And he goes to get it and discovers, oops, there's, he's not even close. He's not even close to what he needs to have in order to gain this thing he wants. So, sorry, Mr. Hero. You got a lot of thinking to do after this chapter, but let's go ahead and devastate him and see how far we can get with that. It is 1:38 and I'm done with chapter 3. Not too shabby. This one didn't need like a huge amount of work. It was a little more like, I don't know, just little insertions. I did check the horses, the horse type. Okay, he has Cleveland Bays pulling his curricle now. So anyway, that's taken care of. And then some of these notes actually were things that I really need to like reconsider for later chapters. So I went through and put in those notes. I don't know how I missed that, but I hadn't added them to the later chapters where they apply. Chapter 4. What do I have going on here? Oh my goodness. I've got notes on notes on notes. What is all this? Oh my gosh, I really went to town on this chapter. I feel like this should be fairly simple. We'll see. This chapter is almost 3,000 words though. How long was the last chapter? The last chapter when I started was about 2,250 words, and I added almost exactly 200 words, so that's fine. I don't think I've added like anything huge to these chapters yet. Never mind. Chapter 2 I added 600 words. Alright, so this one's almost 3,000, which just means it's going to take me longer to go through since I'm having to read 3,000 words and put in new words, but it's only about 1:30, so I should be able to finish this today, or at least make pretty good headway in it. So anyway, let's get started. I'm kind of tired, but I'm really trying to like push through that and get back on track with this. Hey, it's the next day. I didn't film anything after that. Yesterday got kind of busy. I went to the grocery store last night, but I did finish chapter 4. So we are officially caught up with where I'm supposed to be. Sorry about the lighting. I should probably turn on this extra light. Hold on. Is that better? Sort of. You get what you get and you don't get upset. It is like 10:30. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's almost exactly 10:30. I haven't done anything today. Well, that's not true. I posted the video from Tuesday for my Patreon folks. I got that uploaded and finished. So I was working. I haven't done any, writing work yet. So I need to get the past pages done first. I don't really want to do those, but that's the priority. So I got to do that first. It's only 20 pages and it's been taking me like maybe 40 or 60 minutes to get through 20 pages. So it's not like it takes that long, but I just don't want to do it. We'll get that done first. And then we'll start on chapter 5. I should be able to finish chapter 5 today, and we'll see if we can maybe start chapter 6. We'll see how far we get. I do need to, I think, go back out. I realized we are almost out of special snacks for both the dogs and the bunny. which is going to be a major problem if we actually run out. So I do need to go to the pet store and buy some special snacks for everybody. But that shouldn't be a big deal. So maybe we'll run out later and do that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started on the past pages and knock that out. Alright, I'm done with the past pages for today. Yay. I only changed one thing. I found like one paragraph where I'd used the word opportunity 3 times. So I changed one of them to chance. And now it is time for revisions. So we're on chapter 5. What do I have to do here? Oh, I hope this will be a fun scene. This is our first scene with all 4 of our guy friends together again. They're attempting to help the hero, who is very disgruntled at the moment. So this should be good. It's 2,200 words currently, which isn't too long, I guess. I feel like most of my notes here are just like, ooh, a little more background on this thing. Expand on how he's feeling here, like that kind of stuff. So hopefully this will be a fairly quick one to get through. We'll see. I'll work for maybe about 30 or 40 minutes and then it'll be lunchtime. So let's get started on this and see what we can manage. It's another car vlog with Meredith, and you should be very grateful that I'm taking the time to film this clip, because on my way here, I'm at the pet store. On my way here, I felt something on my arm. I thought it was just like a loose piece of hair, and I went to like grab it, and I don't know what it was, because I only got a very quick image of something black on me. It was either like an ant or a spider, and I freaked out, obviously, and like had to flail about, but I was also driving at the same time, so I almost died a little bit. Anyway, I don't know where it went, but it's somewhere in this car. Ugh. It wasn't big. I don't like it. Okay, so I'm at the pet store, but I did finish chapter 5. It's good, I think, for the most part. So we'll maybe continue on to chapter 6 when I get back home. I'm also tired, so I might take a nap. Yeah, let's go ahead into the store, get some special snacks for the dogs and the bunny, and then we'll head home. Hi, I'm back. I was gonna get some B-roll footage for you in the pet store. I pulled out my phone and it was full. It was full, so I gotta dump stuff when I get home. Anyway, we are in an actual emergency situation because they did not have the dog's preferred special snacks, which is a major issue because they were good special snacks. So that's a problem. I don't know if they were just like out of stock or if they're being discontinued. I feel like every time we hit on like the perfect special snack, they end up discontinued after like a year or something, because we had another one we used to get and then they just discontinued it. I like buying ones that are small because they don't really need, you know, tons of extra snack stuff, but I like getting ones that are small but that take them a while to like chew them and like actually eat them. It just kind of, you know, gives them something to do for a minute or two. But also ones that are packed, like you get like 60 in a bag and they're not too expensive, obviously. So anyway, I got some alternatives. We'll see what they think, but I'm a little nervous that we're not going to get the regular special snacks again. hello. It is sometime later. I hope you enjoyed the bunny footage. I bought those tiles because they're cooler. You know, we obviously have the air conditioner on, but it still just gets like warm. I don't know. She's wearing a fur coat, so they like laying on those tiles. She's already been laying all over them, which is so cute. So anyway, put those in there. It's now after dinner. I am almost done with chapter 6. So this has been a fun chapter. I have maybe like 1 or 2 more little fiddly details to add, and then I'll be done. So that's all very good. I also did something. I don't know what I clicked, but it is no longer turning the double hyphen into an M dash. You know how it does that automatically? It's just not doing it. I'm like, what did I do? So anyway, I'll figure that out. But yeah, very good. I am ahead, and I was looking at my little chart here, and I've skipped a day. I have 22, like May 22nd, and then I go to May 24th. I skipped Saturday. I don't know if I did that on purpose to be like, you have a free day, or if I was just being really dumb while I was numbering this chart. But anyway, I am like now much farther ahead than I have on my chart that I need to be. So that's all very good. I'm going to definitely keep working over the next 2 days, but I'm feeling good about where we are. So I'll check in with you tomorrow when we're working on chapter 7, I guess.
This little dog thinks it's time for something, but it's not. It's not time yet. You have to wait a little bit. You have to wait 23 minutes. Sorry. 23 minutes and then we'll get something, okay?
Good morning, happy Monday. I'm so glad I'm sitting over here and not over there. It is Memorial Day, so I have the day off. As I think I've already stated, this dog thinks that it's special snack time, but it's not. That is 9 o'clock and it's only 8:38, so she's got a little minute to wait. But I finished my past pages for the day this morning, so that was good, and now I just have the rest of the day to work on revisions for draft 2. I am ahead on my little chart, which is great. If I can do 2 chapters today, frankly, that would be amazing. I should be able to do that unless these chapters coming up are like intense. I don't think they are. Chapter 7, I have 2 notes, and both of them are like, maybe mention this, blah, blah, blah. Very brief. Chapter 7 is a little short. I feel like it's sort of a reaction chapter from the hero's POV, and it maybe needs a little more fleshing out. We'll get to it. And then chapter 8 is also, I think, chapter 8 maybe needs a little more work. We'll see. We get another sort of like twist for our heroine in terms of her goals and everything. So anyway, we'll get into that. I think I can get through both of these today. And then after that, I just have 1 more chapter to go until we're breaking into Act 2. So pretty good. I'm feeling good about my progress here. And yeah, let me work for 20 minutes and then we'll go take care of this little dog who desperately wants food, even though she just had food like an hour and a half ago for breakfast. All right, let's go ahead and get started.
It's on time. It's not time, my baby face. You still got 7 minutes to wait. Sorry. Yeah, you gonna sit with me? Come sit with me. Do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? It's 9 o'clock, so it's time for special snacks. Oh yeah! Are you excited for special snacks? Oh, you are! Okay, where do you have to go? Where do you have to go? I'm coming. Where do you have to go?
Good girl. Look at her waiting. I'll get your special snack. Little rat. All right, we're done with chapter 7. That only took me about 45 minutes, which is pretty good. I didn't add a whole lot, but it is a fun chapter. The hero is being bullied into attending the house party. So, poor guy, poor guy. All right, we're going to go ahead on to chapter 8. I feel like this chapter needs more interiority for our heroine, and there's like a side plot kind of thing going on that needs a little more like fleshing out in some manner. So yeah, it's only about 9:45, so it's looking good, honestly, for finishing quite a bit today. I'm excited. So let's keep going. Okay, now listen. A hot new bombshell has entered the villa. Okay, if you've never been on this channel, I'm gonna link it below. But I love that he posts a video once every like 6 months. They're all video game compilations, and he always picks a different theme. So you've got water, space, snow, desert, and now we have forest. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to start listening to it. That's it. That's all that's on this channel. He did the water one like 2 years ago, okay? I almost never subscribe to channels that only post like this infrequently, but I will stay subscribed to this channel until the end of time, because these compilations are so freaking good. They're so good. My favorite might be the snow one, but I also really love the water one. I listened to this one so many times. I'll link it below. I'm gonna check out the forest one and keep working here. Now, in case you're wondering how the actual writing is going, it's going pretty good, honestly. I'm almost done with chapter 9. This is such a fun scene because I feel like we get almost 2 twists in it. Not even twists. I don't know what to call the first one. The first little like big moment in this chapter is one that the reader knows is coming, but the main character has no clue about. And so he's shocked to find something is true. And so like his reaction is great. That's amazing. And then the end has a true twist that I don't know if readers will see it coming. I hope they don't. And so anyway, it's like this big shocking moment. It's so good. So anyway, I'm going to try to finish out this chapter. This is the chapter where I need to, the setting description was severely lacking. They're at the house party, and I'm trying to describe the house. I'm like, it's a house. It's really big. It has a lot of stuff everywhere. Yeah, so anyway, so I'm looking up pictures of like, what do English mansions look like? And then it's showing me stuff from like today, and I'm like, no, what do English mansions from like a long time ago look like? Anyway, and then I'm trying to, this always devolves into me being like, what are the things along the roof line called that prevent you from falling off of the roof? And Google is just like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so I'm doing a lot more description. I've got to introduce some other characters in here. I also noticed an issue in the dialogue where I was like, wait a minute, why is he mad at this character? He should be mad at this character, to make sure it lines up with stuff that happened earlier. So let me continue and see if I can finish this out. It's about 4 o'clock. This little dog, if you can see her down there, she is awake again. Jade's down there taking a nap because she's just napped all day. Yeah, so gotta have a nap after your nap time. But yeah, let me see if I can finish this out. And then we'll be done with Act 1, which is pretty exciting. I'm very interested to see, like, overall how many words I've added to Act 1 so far. I don't feel like I've done many chapters where it's like, yikes, I added like 700 words or something like that. I feel like I'm doing fairly minimal work in terms of word count additions, which is good. Let's hope that trend continues. So anyway, let me see how far I can get with this before I need to go fix dinner. Okay, so far the forced music. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Highly recommend. Okay, I just finished the revisions here for chapter 9. And I'm going to see how many words I had. I started with 19,000 something. Hold on, you're sitting on top of it. 19,518 words. So let's see what I've added here. 19,518. Is that what I said? 19,518. It is now at 22,182. So I only added like 2,600 words, which I'm not mad about that. I think that's fine. So far so good. And we're done with Act 1. We're done with Act 1. When was I was supposed to finish Act 1 on the 29th, and it is the 25th. So I'm feeling very good about that. And I still have tomorrow to continue working through the very exciting opening chapters of Act 2. I think I'm going to pause this for today. It's almost 5 o'clock, and I mean, I've definitely done some good work today. I've got some other stuff to take care of this evening. Yeah, tomorrow should be fun. I've got a meeting with my agent in the afternoon, and I have an appointment I have to go to in the morning, but then the rest of the day is just off, and I can do what I wish. So I'll see you then. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is almost 10 o'clock. I had an appointment I had to leave the house for this morning. I had to use an Uber for the very first time in my entire life. I was scared beyond belief. No, just kidding. I was anxious though, obviously. The appointment wasn't supposed to be anything like super lengthy, and we only have the one car, so if I go somewhere on a weekday, my husband has to like take off work, and he's already taken off a bunch of days recently, so I was like, let me just take an Uber. It's literally like 1.8 miles across the way. And I know that the Europeans are laughing and saying, why wouldn't you just walk? Listen, you try to cross I-45 in Texas without getting killed. Okay, that's not happening. There's no footpath to get over there. So anyway, I had to take an Uber. So I feel like I'm finally part of the cool crowd or something. I don't know. But I did that, came back, and now I'm here. I already did my past pages this morning, so I'm done with that. I have pretty much the rest of the day just to work on draft 2 revisions. I do have a meeting with my agent at 1 o'clock this afternoon. We're discussing business plans, which I love all that kind of stuff, so I'm very excited to talk to her. She has sent out, this was for like all of her clients. It's not just for me. She had sent out like a business goals kind of survey form thingy a couple weeks back, which I filled out, and now we're having like a meeting to discuss it. So I love all this kind of stuff. I make goals and all that kind of thing at the beginning of the year. I am very goal oriented, so this is definitely right up my alley. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to chatting with her a little later today. But I get to get started on Act 2. Act 2 is the house party, so all of these scenes are incredibly fun, and I'm excited to get started on them. Let me go ahead, probably refill my water, and kind of get going, because there's really nothing else to do today. I have to fold some laundry, but other than that, there's really nothing else to do today. Meanwhile, this dog is just out here sunning himself right on the concrete. He's doing fantastic. All right, I'm sort of done with chapter 10. I feel like I have a lot of notes where I just didn't do them. I don't know. I might come back to it later and fiddle with some more things, but some of this is getting a little messy, where I've been like, include more backstory on this thing, but I've already kind of included some extra backstory in some of the previous chapters, and I'm losing track of like, what have I already said about this backstory yet? So, it's fine. I'll reread, of course. You know, we'll fix it up later. But for now, I'm basically done with chapter 10. It is a little afternoon. I'm gonna go ahead and pause, eat some lunch, and then I have my meeting with my agent here in about an hour. So, we'll get to do that here shortly. Hello, it's me. I'm luxuriating on my sofa. Alright, so I had my camera set up to catch some B-roll of my meeting with my agent, and I just didn't turn it on. I forgot. I just didn't click it. So, I'm doing fantastic. The meeting was fun. I like talking about goals and what's coming down the pipeline and planning and all that kind of stuff. So it was good to chat with her and just make sure we're kind of on the same page with things, which I feel like we are. So that's good. Yeah, I really haven't done anything else this afternoon. I edited a little bit of the previous clips, so those are edited for you. We are definitely going back to the once a week vlogs. I know, I was like, we're going back to once a week vlogs, and then I did it for a week, and then I was immediately back to 2 videos. Wow, that light changed so incredibly fast. Hold on. But I don't have the time, or I shouldn't be taking the time to do 2 videos a week. So next week we'll just be back to Fridays, and I'll just be continuing on with revisions and the past pages, and hopefully finishing all that up pretty soon. I'm very encouraged by how much work I got done over this long weekend. I'm on, like I said, chapter 11, and I wasn't supposed to be on chapter 11 until the 31st. So I'm like a week ahead almost of where I was thinking I would be. So I'm really happy about that. It's making me feel just a little more chilled out with this compressed timeline that I have going on, in terms of like when a draft is due to my editor. It's due to my editor on October 1st. Yeah, I'm feeling confident that I'll be able to get through this draft too. And I was also thinking too about, like, why is this going so much faster? Because I feel like when did I say this? In maybe the first video when I was starting draft 2? Sometime in the last couple videos. I was like, this is the hardest part of the process for me, going from draft 1 to draft 2, because you're making like big developmental changes. I don't feel like I'm making a whole host of big developmental changes because the outline was really detailed. My editor already looked at it, gave some feedback there. I wrote the first draft based exclusively on that outline, and I feel like the plot is pretty well in place. So none of these revisions are like, delete this chapter and put a new chapter here and switch the order in which these events happen and cut this character. Like, I'm not doing major stuff like that because I don't think there's major stuff like that needs to happen. So maybe this is no longer the worst part of the process for me. I don't know. It's going good though, and I'm glad about that. I feel encouraged by the progress I'm making. So that's all well and good. So I think that's going to be it for this vlog. Thanks for coming along with me for this nice long weekend. It was very relaxing, and I'm looking forward to more long weekends in the future, hopefully. For now, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, you can click the subscribe button. I usually post videos on Fridays, and I will be posting videos on Fridays, unless I happen to have extra footage at some point. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye!